Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. Golden Boy promoter Oscar De La Hoya sounds pretty confident that nothing will get in the way of Canelo versus Gennady Golovkin 2 happening next in May. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family we working. Now, Oscar De La Hoya did an interview with ESPN Deportes. Link is in the description. You have to speak Spanish. If you don't, you won't be able to read it. So I'm going to paraphrase and let you know what was said. Oscar De La Hoya says, I'm going to Canada this week. This fight between David Lemieux and Billy Joe Saunders for the WBO title is quite important because there will be another challenger for Canelo or Golovkin. So Lemieux Saunders is a very interesting fight in the middleweight division. He went on to say the world is waiting for the rematch with Canelo and Triple G. For us, Canelo, that's the first option. I don't think anything can stop that fight. Canelo wants to fight. Golovkin wants to fight. It's just negotiations, and I'm confident that we can do a good deal with Triple G's promoter, Tom Loeffler. He also talked about the logistics, and this, I didn't know how this would work, but it looks like they're going to try to keep it in Las Vegas. I thought maybe they might try to go to AT&T Stadium and highest bidder, but it sounds like they have some contractual things maybe, and the most money will be made in Vegas, in their opinion. De La Hoya said, personally and obviously we have contracts in place. The fight has to be made in Las Vegas due to the fact that you have the entertainment factor. It is also difficult for a lot of locations to host an event like this because there are not enough hotels in Dallas, for example, or hotels to see the fight on closed circuit is a big factor. All of the entertainment for the tourists who travel to Las Vegas, there are restaurant shows. Las Vegas is the #1 option. So it makes sense. And this is what I was trying to tell people when it comes to the Wilder Joshua situation, because people they're under the impression that, like, okay, Joshua versus Carlos Takam, yeah, it did 70,000 people in attendance, but you have to look at what is the ticket prices in Cardiff, right? And also, like De La Hoya is saying, closed circuit. So when it's all said and done, even though 70,000 people are in attendance and it's an electric crowd of great UK fans, there's still no place like America for a lot of these big shows, because I promise you, if you really look up the numbers and all the financial gains and live gate, Canelo versus Triple G 1 did less people significantly. Let's say they had 18 to 19,000 people. I was at the fight, I don't remember the exact number, in the T-Mobile Arena. Let's say 19,000, right? Because I know it was pretty packed, right? So 19,000 people, but like De La Hoya is saying, with closed circuit, you have to understand that it's big business in Las Vegas. Las Vegas, I go there all the time. I mean, I'm a West Coast dude, I'm from California, but it's big business because it's a tourist town. It's, you know what I mean, a lot of tourists, just people go just to take pictures of the Las Vegas sign on that little island in the front. You know what I mean? The casinos are popping, and especially sometimes I've covered fights. I think it was Terrence Crawford versus Victor Postal. Fights like that, they have like basketball tournaments, and so, there was some kind of massive nationwide basketball tournament. So sometimes these fights fall in line with Dave Chappelle's going to be in town the night before the fight, or a magician show, or Britney Spears, or whoever, J-Lo or something like that. So it's just a lot of people in town. Hotels are packed, stuff like that. And with closed circuit, they make a lot of money. So I feel De La Hoya on that. As far as the fight itself, listen, I was at the first fight. I have to watch it again. From the eye test from first viewing, I had Triple G winning. But I didn't have Triple G winning like some people. People made it like it was a blowout, like Canelo wasn't doing shit. I didn't see all of that. I thought it was a very competitive fight. I believe I gave Canelo the first 3 rounds, and then I stopped scoring. So some of those other rounds were like in my mind, I know Triple G was doing good in the middle, but then I think Canelo came on and got fatigued, and then he did good in another round. So, you know what I mean? I got to go back and watch it, but it was a good fight. Rematch for those types of fights. Ward Kovalev won. You need a Ward Kovalev too. Canelo Triple G won with the Adelaide Burst scorecard and all the controversy on who won. Did Golovkin win? And did Canelo win? Fans are saying both things. So you definitely you have to have the tiebreaker. I mean, it makes sense. Like me personally, I would love to see Golovkin versus Jamal Charlo. I would love to see Golovkin try to become undisputed like Terrence Crawford just did. But from a business perspective and really the fans' perspective, I think there's an asterisk by the first fight for a variety of reasons. Like, again, not everyone believes Golovkin won. Some people think Canelo won, and some people think it was a draw. So for those reasons, just eliminate all of that and then pursue those other fights. But yeah, I think this is the right decision. I will give Canelo a lot of props if he fights Triple G next, because I'm sure he remembers getting tired in the fight. I'm sure Triple G hit pretty hard, even though he took it well and never was visibly hurt and on Queer Street or anything like that. But this is a man who vacated his belt. People said he was afraid of him, and he didn't even get knocked down by Triple G. And he went 12 with Triple G, further breaking the 23 knockout streak after Daniel Jacobs did. You know what I'm saying? He didn't become one of those knockout statistics. So I really want to see this fight just to see the adjustments both fighters make. And obviously it's the biggest middleweight fight. Like, again, Triple G, depending on the performance of Billy Joe Saunders and David Lemieux, that could be a good fight for undisputed. But I don't see any other fight at middleweight, just being honest, that's going to generate the same amount. Because even, like, let's say Marcos Maidana versus Floyd Mayweather won. The first fight, some people, they thought Floyd was going to just easily outbox Maidana with no strife. You know what I mean? Just, oh, he's too flat-footed. Maidana put up a hell of a fight. I had him losing, but, you know what I mean, he was coming for it. And he was fighting rough, dirty, whatever he had to do to make it entertaining. Floyd was bleeding. You know what I mean? He got a cut over his eye. Rest in peace to Rafael Garcia, who did a phenomenal job on the cut. But the reason I bring that fight up, Mayweather versus Maidana, is even though the first fight, some people thought it was going to be a blowout based on how good the first fight was, more people watched the second fight than they watched the first one. Because, again, the perception, I remember I was doing videos back then and stuff, the perception for the first Mayweather-Maidana was that Floyd was going to easily outbox him. You know what I mean? And it was going to be easy work, because we've seen Maidana lose to Amir Khan. We've seen him get outboxed by Devin Alexander, so that's what people thought. But Maidana had other plans. He was with Robert Garcia, improved his jab. He's bigger than Floyd. He had that I don't give a fuck attitude. So bottom line is there's a lot of money in rematches, and Canelo versus Triple G is the biggest fight at middleweight, and it's no exception to that rule. So props to Golden Boy and Canelo. I already know Triple G wants to fight. I mean, he's been wanting to fight from the jump, but I think the Canelo side in general for this whole saga has been the side that's been, oh, it depends, and vacated the belt and stuff like that. So if Canelo does in fact take the fight, because see, this is the thing when it comes to boxing ego, when it comes to me, I like to get everything laid out on the table first. There's a lot of people who are calling Canelo, because don't get me wrong, some of the news clippings and stuff that come out, like, oh, we're going to wait and pause the negotiations until the LEMIEUX-Saunders outcome. Stuff like that seems weird. But for me, I want to see everything laid out on the table and see who they decide to fight. You know what I mean? I can't just accuse, because a lot of people just point the finger. Oh, Canelo's ducking. Canelo's afraid of the rematch. You got to see what he does first. You know what I mean? Because people making videos and articles and comments and scenarios, just wait, see how it all plays out, and then you can react accordingly. You know what I mean? If Canelo does choose to fight Saunders Lemieux winner, then that's not a good look, because to me, this fight, there's like an asterisk by it. And in the minds of most fans, there's an asterisk by it. That's why, once again, I'll give both fighters, Canelo and Triple G, a lot of credit if they get this done and they get it done next, because I'm a big fan of immediate rematches in situations like this. Let me know who wins a rematch, who makes the proper adjustments. Do you want to see this? How does it play out? All that in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.